May I be personal and ask, are you looking forward to winter? As one who likes to be outdoors, winter is not a season I have ever looked forward to. Cold, inclement weather, rains and storms, winter ailments, and long dark days can induce loneliness or depression. Previously green grass and plants all morph into ugly, drab colours, taking our cheerful outlook with them. It's then that we long for sunshine and spring, flowers and warmth, but winter seems unending. Yet the Bible says that while the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. It was in listening to a gardener that my heart was changed. He was extolling the light. The low light of the winter sun, shafting through the bare branches, gives a rare luminance not seen in the harsh heat of the summer sun. There is a sharp clarity in this low light, sharp edging every blade of grass, every last bloom. And when the last ray is lost, home calls us. I have come to cherish the gifts of winter, and this evening I wish to share them with you. So, for us, what are the gifts of winter? Winter is for slowing down and resting. Humans tend to naturally do this. It's also a great time for restoration, introspection, reflection, and spiritual work. Yet even a mouse can stop running, can stand on its hind legs and let its nose quiver, and sense what is there, something beyond and something within. Even a mouse can choose to stay still. As Mother Marguerite once said to me, I think I was a restless nun, always trying to look busy. Slowing down can be painful, sometimes boring, often accompanied with a feeling of emptiness. Slowing down can hurt, because even though God has the ability to answer prayer of reconciliation or direct us into a relationship, He maybe doesn't. In God's wisdom, sometimes God says no, or doesn't seem to act, and while waiting and praying, I can too easily get discouraged. And if tonight my soul may find her peace in sleep and sink in good oblivion, and in the morning wake like a new opened flower, then I have been dipped again in God and new created. And if, as weeks go round in the dark of the moon, my spirit darkens and goes out, and soft strange gloom pervades my movements and my thoughts and words, then shall I know that I am waking still with God. We are close together now the moon's in shadow. Winter takes away the distractions, the buzz, and presents us with the perfect time to rest and withdraw into the womb like love, bringing fire and light to our hearth. The singer and songwriter Sarah Thompson, in speaking of her Winter Wanderings tour, talks about how the season of winter calls her to a crawling inward. She asserts that the hushed silence of winter inevitably draws her inward. Winter calls us to introspections in ways perhaps the other seasons do not. Winter calls us to contemplation. And if, as autumn deepens and darkens, I feel the pain of falling leaves and stems that break in storms, and trouble and dissolution and distress, and then the softness of deep shadows folding around my soul and spirit, around my lips so sweet, like a swoon, or more like the drowse of a low sad song, singing darker than the nightingale on to the solstice, and the silence of short days, the silence of the year, the shadow, then I shall know that my life is moving still with the dark earth and drenched with the deep oblivion of earth's lapse and renewal. Winter is a chance to think about new options, renew commitments, and more generally dream and scheme. Waiting with hope is meaningful. The dawn of winter is a season of waiting. It is a time for slowing down, listening, and drawing close to God. Winter welcomes us into a quiet place, to hear what God would have for us. And if, in the changing phases of man's life, I fall in sickness and in misery, my wrists seem broken and my heart seems dead, and my strength is gone and my life is only the leavings of a life. And still, among it all, snatches of lovely oblivion and snatches of renewal, odd, wintry flowers upon the withered stem, yet new, strange flowers, such as my life has not brought forth before, new blossoms of me, then I must know that still I am in the hands of the unknown God. He is breaking me down to his own oblivion, to send me forth on a new morning, a new man. In winter, is God enough? If we never get what we wait and hope for, would God be sufficient? Surely we find in winter, the answer is yes. We can wait with hope because, even in the waiting, we have access to the giver of eternal hope, and that is enough. Lord, in the midst of winter, when the days are cold and wind can pierce, remind us of the warmth of your love. In the midst of winter, when days are short, dawn comes late, and dusk arrives early, remind us that in the darkness, your light still shines. In the midst of winter, when the flowers of spring still lie hidden in the earth, when leaves are off the trees and the world can seem bleak, remind us that Easter is but a short time away.